He's been a faithful servant to Kildare since playing a key role in helping the Lilies end their 42-year Leinster Senior Football Championship famine in 1998 at the age of 20. His inter-county career cut short on medical grounds. Dermot Earley is acting as a round-the-square pundit this season and keen to stress that he doesn't have his eye on the Kildare Bonastores bib just yet.
For the first time in 14 years, I think I made my own way to Croke Park to watch Kildare play, and you know, that was different. But at the same time, it's a new part of what's ahead of me, and I enjoyed. I always said I'd love to, you know, go to Croke Park and not play and support Kildare. So I had my wish. I suppose I didn't really have much time or didn't need much time to think about it. I really had to look at my back, and unfortunately I couldn't keep going at this level, and decided that enough was enough. It's a difficult decision because I'm going to miss it, of course, but at the end of the day it's the right decision to make, and I'm happy with it. I'm actually hoping to get back and play a little bit of club football later on in the summer. I've rehabbed away, even though I haven't been playing, but just to get myself right. So I'm hoping to go back and play a little bit of county football. As regards management in the future, you never know. It's not on my radar at the moment, it's not on my initial agenda, but you never know what can happen. I mean, you know, I have a huge interest in the GA, I love it. I love my county, and you know, you never know what can happen in the future. There's a lot of changes going on in Kildare. There's a new management even this year, I suppose, with Jason Ryan and Damien Hendy involved. I know Kieran is still there, and there's a lot of under-21s that have come in, so there's probably going to be a little bit of a transition period, but I really do feel that Kildare team are strong enough. You know, the skill levels are there, the commitment to training and to the manager and to the team, their teammates are there. I suppose it just boils down to individual desire and work rate, and if the lads are willing to work out on the field, then they will go far. I hope to give an insight into, I suppose, my experiences as a player, and maybe relate them to what's going on in this year's championship. I also would like to look at, you know, how the matches are going and how I think, you know, individual battles may affect games and things like that. But just to give an insight, I suppose, my insight into smaller things maybe that aren't covered, I suppose, day to day in the general media. Inter-county football, the training, the level of commitment, it's just gone colossal, and you know, it's even the game itself, the pace of the game, the way the game's played, you know, all these things are changing. So I hope to cover a lot of those aspects, and just maybe give my opinion, because sometimes, you know, as a player, your opinion, I suppose, not that it's not counted, but you have other things to worry about, such as performing week in, week out, and now that I'm finished, maybe I can give my opinion a little bit better. We've all seen in the last number of years how difficult it is to retain in All-Ireland. Kerry did it during the mid-2000s, and before that Cork were the first team, or the last team to do it in the early, I was 89 and 90. So it is very difficult. You have to have a huge amount of motivation, and everything has to go your way. Donegal had that last year. They had no injuries, they had a full team to pick from. Whether or not the desire is there, and you take into account those injuries, I just can't see Donegal going the full. They'll be close, but to go the full distance, I can't see it. Dublin, on the other hand, they've been the form team all year. They won the league. I can see them getting better in the championship, and especially in the All-Ireland series later on. So for me, my money would be on Dublin.